We are very conscious and sensitive to the power dynamics between us and the community and amongst community members themselves. Our approach involves a very comprehensive, holistic support for girls. We ensure that every child that we support, every girl, has got comprehensive financial, material, social, and community support to help them thrive in the classroom. We also support girls on their transition from school into livelihoods and leadership, and we work with their communities to be able to do that. And finally, we bring our learning and embed that in national systems, because it's not just enough for us to focus on the girls and young women that we support. We are also very much concerned about the whole system of serving every other child.
We understand that when we unlock the potential of the girls like this, then we see ourselves tackling different challenges that are happening around the globe, be it hunger, be it health outcomes that we desire for both mothers and children, or the issue of climate change, and really the crisis that we are seeing around the globe.
When I was around 12, 13, I was about to drop out of school because my parents could not afford the school basics. I was fortunate enough that same year, that's when Camfed was coming into my community to start working in there. And my community selected me for support. And for the first time in my life, I had decent clothes that were new. I had stationery that I needed, like notebooks and pens that I needed. To date, this is a point for celebration for the community because my community was included when that decision for my selection was made.
I lost my mother when I was 10. And so the absence of a mother for me meant that I really had to step up quite early. I would say almost everyone stepped in. The local government, my relatives, the national government, which gave me some support. I was unfortunately at a point where Camfed was not in my community. When I came to make it to the university, every leave, I would go back home and talk to at least 2 girls to just encourage them. But it wasn't easy when there is no formal platform to be able to do that. So when I met the first young women from Zimbabwe who came to Tanzania to talk about Camfed, I thought they were so strong. They were so sharing their stories, very powerful. While I couldn't actually manage to share mine without crying, they were already passing that phase. The shifting of power into locally led development. I am sometimes wondering why are we even calling it a shift? It should begin there. The girls who are excluded have first-hand experience and the expertise of living the challenges. I think it's good that globally there is now high recognition of the importance of bringing back this power. But I think if someone was to design something from now, it has to be built within the design. I think the power is to be shared. So in Camfed, you see the structure in terms of leadership is locally rooted. From the beginning, we set up committees that are composed of the local people. We don't borrow people from different community into other community. Most important, we put at the center of the girls that to be supported.
Community engagement is also about power. And this is one thing that for me, I would really wish that is sufficiently understood by the humanitarian sector, by aid sector. Because when you come to a community, there is already enough shame that there is this need, that the community cannot meet the needs of their very own children. So when you come in and say, we're going to help this person with this, like they don't have any suggestions or ideas, it's further disempowering. So when we're talking about power, it's recognizing that they might not have the financial resources at this point, but that doesn't mean that they are not committed to a better future for their children.
Even within the most poor person, the power unleashed can be amazing. And we have seen this with the young women that we supported through school, and then they join the network and become leaders within the network, but eventually within their communities, and some of them being now member of the school boards. It's very important to align with the priorities within the government, because then leveraging the structures that are already existing, it provides a synergy and also complementarity rather than a distraction.
We have learned so much as an organization from our over 3 decades of work in terms of how to shift power, position power with communities. What changes can you make now to start shifting power? That's how the bigger change will be made, because this is centuries of work, so it doesn't happen overnight. Talking about it is a starting point, but it's not the conclusion. Everybody has got a responsibility. Together we can.